Hi everyone, welcome to Elemental Flows. My name is Christina and thank you for joining me in today's practice. Today I have a really quick and gentle flow prepared for you that's perfect to do when you're just waking up in the morning. So if you want, you could probably even do this in your bed if you're not ready to get the yoga mat out just yet. But otherwise, it will be great to do just to start opening up the body and start energizing you so you could tackle the rest of your day. So let's get right into it. We're going to start lying down in a shavasana position. So come down onto the mat on your back. You can close the eyes here to begin. Arms can rest wherever you like, whether that's by your side or somewhere on your body. And we'll initiate this practice with one deep breath together. So on an inhale, let's breathe in through the nostrils. Allow the air to fill up the lungs. And exhale out through the mouth. And let's begin by first reaching the arms up overhead. And on an inhale, try to elongate the body. See how much you can stretch out here. And then exhale to release, relax the body. Now let's tuck the knees into the chest. And we'll place our hands on our knees and begin by doing some circles. So you can pick which direction you want to go in. But just do a few gentle rotations here. And then reverse directions and go the other way. And now let's take the knees back into the chest. We'll wrap our arms around the knees as we tuck the chin into the chest and just give ourselves a nice hug here. You can even rock side to massage your spine. And let's gently release the head back down to meet the mat. We release the legs too so that the soles of the feet meet the mat. And we'll come into a bridge position. So you could take a passive version if you like here, but we'll have the feet so that they're about hip width distance apart. Arms are by our sides. And on an inhale, let's gently lift the hips off of the mat. You could use the block, place it underneath your hip bones. Otherwise, think about sending those hips higher into the sky. You could even take this variation where you have your hands underneath your hips. So you can lift the hips up a little bit more. And no matter what variation you're taking, now let's try to press into that right foot so we can bend that left knee into the chest. And drop that left foot back down to meet the mat. Now we press into the left foot so we could bring the right knee into the chest. And then gently release that foot back down to meet the mat. Now we gently release our hips, remove the block if you are using one. And we'll come up into a seated position. So you could either roll yourself up, or if you want to get up gently, roll over to one side, press into the hands so you can gently bring yourself up. Let's come to face the top of the mat. And now we'll work on our upper body. So let's start by doing some circles or semicircles with the head. So we'll begin by dropping the chin down to the chest. And let's gently take our left ear over to the left side. Feel the stretch in the side neck area. Let's drop the chin back down to the chest. And now we take the right ear over to the right shoulder. Let's do a few rounds of these. So drop the chin down to the chest and then go over to the left. And then drop it once again and take it over to the right. Keep doing a few more rounds of this, following your own breathing pattern and pacing. And then when the head is over on the left side, hold it there. We're going to take the left hand and apply some additional pressure to the top of the head to deepen the stretch. Now let's drop that left hand down to the floor. We extend that right arm out to the side and then reach over to the left side. So you could stay lifted here, or you could drop the forearm down to either a block or to the ground. Just make sure both of your sit bones are still resting on the mat and you're turning your chest up to the sky. Now let's turn towards the left, and as we do so, we drop that right hand to rest on our left thigh and take the left hand to the back as we twist. And we're just gently opening up, so you don't have to think about twisting all the way to the back. Just go to wherever you start to feel the stretch, whatever feels good in your body at this moment. And let's turn to face the top of the mat once again. We'll repeat on the other side. So we begin by tilting the head over to the right side. And then let's take the right hand this time and apply some additional pressure to the top of the head to deepen the stretch. Now let's drop that right hand down to the ground. We extend the left arm this side, the left arm out to the side this time, and then reach up and over to bring that arm around to the right. Now let's turn ourselves over to the right. We drop that left arm on the right thigh and take the right hand behind us for a twist. Think about elongating the spine while you're here and reaching out through the crown of the head. And let's return back to face the top of the mat. Now we'll get into the shoulders a bit. So let's do some circles with the shoulders, going backwards. And now reverse direction and go the other way. And now let's roll onto our knees so that we could come up into a neutral tabletop position. So our hips are over our knees, shoulders are over the wrists, and we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. So on an inhale, we arch the spine as we open up the chest, tilt the chin up to the sky. And on an exhale, we round the spine, tuck the chin into the chest. Let's do a few rounds. Inhale, we arch the spine as we open up the chest. Exhale to round the spine, tuck the chin in. One more. Inhale, we arch. Exhale, we round. Now come back into a neutral tabletop position. We're going to walk our hands forward now so that we come into a puppy pose. So we could rest the forehead on the mat. Our hips are still over our knees here. And lightly engage the core so that you don't overarch the spine in this position. And you have the option to take a couple of variations. So if you want, you can come up onto your fingertips to deepen the stretch in the shoulders. You could also drop the elbows onto the mat and press the hands together and bring them back to rest on your lower back. Again, find the variation that feels best in your body right now. And let's release wherever you are. Let's gently bring ourselves up, but as we do so, we're going to rest our entire body on the mat. So you're laying down so that we come into a Sphinx position. So our shoulders are directly over our elbows, our chest is open, and gaze is neutral, looking forward as we think about reaching out through the crown of the head. And while we're here, also think about pressing into your forearms so that you don't sink into the shoulders. Your shoulders should be away from your ears. And you can stay here, but if you want to go a little bit further, you could press into the hands so that you can lift yourself up a little bit higher to deepen the stretch in your back. And now everyone drop the chest down to meet the mat. We press into the hands so we could send our hips back to our heels, and we'll take a wide-legged child's pose. So the big toes are together, knees are wide apart, and we rest the forehead once again on the mat. And think about the mat holding the entire weight of your body while you're here. So notice where you might be holding some tension and just try to breathe into those spaces and allow those parts to relax. Now, staying in this child's pose, we're just going to walk our hands over to the left side so that it comes off of the mat so we could find the stretch in the right side body. And now let's walk the hands over to the right side so the hands come off the mat to the right, and we hold it here. Let's bring our hands back to center. And now gently start to walk your hands in towards you as you roll yourself off of the mat. And then we'll close this practice with one final breath all together. So take your knees in together. And on an inhale, let's reach up with our arms overhead. And then press palms together. And on an exhale, let's bring them down through heart center. Wonderful job, everyone. That's it for this quick stretch. I hope you feel a little bit more open in your body and that you're ready to start with the rest of your day. Let me know how that was for you in the comments. And otherwise, I hope you have a great day and I'll get to see you at the next one. Bye for now.